McNutterbutters. I am Caitlin McNutt, and this is
Bill. That's Bill, not Phil. Bill.
Phil. Okay. I know it's been a while since we've made a video. Yeah, life's been busy, and
Very busy.
we, for us to carve out an hour of time, takes a lot of effort, and we've done that twice for our Scotland video, and the first one was just way too long.
Way too long.
So we're like, we'll delete it, we'll do another one. We done another one and carved out a good 45 minutes, and we're editing things out and putting random little tidbits in and just put a lot of work into it, good 3 hours work, and then I accidentally deleted it. So there's
that was pretty painful.
Very. And I just kind of knocked the wind out of my sails, but we're back and gonna try to do a husband and wife Q&A. We asked our friends and family and peoples over on the Facebook what questions they would have for us, because it's September, but in August when we asked the questions, that should tell you how procrastinating we are. We celebrated our 8th year of marriage. Woo!
Wait, 8 in the Bible represents new beginnings, so is our marriage a new beginning? Or do I begin a new marriage?
You're not funny. Oh my gosh. Listen to this. If the divorce is on the horizons, y'all will probably be the last to know, and it'll probably be 5 months after it happens.
By the way, this is not a green screen. This is the color of our curtain. It is green. We don't have a green screen for...
I'm pretty sure they can tell, like there's picture frames. Anyway, okay, so let's get into the questions, shall we?
I suppose.
All right, so got paper. The very first question we were asked is for Billy.
That's me.
Not Bill or Phil, Billy. When did you know that Caitlin was the one? When did you know?
August 19th of 2011.
That was the day after we were married.
Yes. I mean, that really was 8 years ago. I mean, I always think that that's an unfair question when somebody asks that. Because in the dating realm, if you're dating for the right reasons, you're looking for the potential of someone becoming a spouse. Hopefully you're not dating just for the purpose of having a good time. Because you want to invest time into this for a future, not just to waste someone's time. But I always think it's an unfair question, because when you marry someone, you learn more about them and you continue to date them for the rest of your life.
But when did you know I was the one? When could you feel it in your nuggets?
When you asked me to marry you.
Okay.
When she asked me to marry her, I'm like, yes.
But
So you're saying the marriage is a joke?
No, the question was a joke. The marriage is legit. We've got a license somewhere. I don't know where the license is.
Because, I mean, even if we...
Where is our marriage license?
In the safe.
Oh, wow.
And I ain't giving y'all the security code.
I don't even know the security code.
But that question, though, how did you know she was the one? We were both in a very different lifestyle then, so...
We were crazy. 8 years, we've changed a lot. But all right, for Caitlin, what first attracted you to Billy? Smile. That. He smiled at me, and I'm like, oh.
I was beardless then.
It doesn't matter. Your smile is just...
I was beardless.
It's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, just do it again. No, smile. Smile real. Smile real. Yeah, if he'd have done that, I would have ran away and been like, who is this psycho? But no, I walked up to him, he smiled, and I was just like, hi. But, okay, so the next question is for both of us. What is the first embarrassing thing that happened to us as a couple? Nothing.
Nothing. Because...
We have just mulled over this question like a while, like trying to figure out how to answer this because I'm kind of easily embarrassed, but he's not.
I'm not.
So he's embarrassed me a ton. But as far as us being embarrassed together,
Well, I don't
like,
know. Okay, maybe this is not embarrassing, but we came from very humble beginnings when we got married.
Right.
Extremely humble.
Okay.
But anyway,
I don't know where he's going with this.
I really wasn't say this would be an embarrassing moment, but it attacked my pride as a man when we stopped at Hook's Garage on 16 in Taylorsville, and there was a Mennonite woman there.
Oh, right.
And Old Fashioned Day was coming up at the church we went to at the time, and it was a legit Mennonite woman. Her son owned the garage, and you asked her if she could make a bonnet for you, and she made a bonnet by hand.
It was cute. It was white with little red hearts all over it.
And we don't have a clue where it's at, but it was handmade. It wasn't machine made. It was handmade.
It was beautiful.
But it was $12. And she said she would call us, in 2 weeks and say, I should have it ready in 2 weeks and y'all can come by and pick it up. And we couldn't afford the $12. If we would have...
That wasn't embarrassing
it
to
was
me.
No, I mean, that's why I say it's not really an embarrassing moment as in comical, because you think embarrassing is comical, but that's really the only thing, because if I would have went and got $10 out of our checking account, we would have went in a negative.
Oh, no. I know the very first embarrassing thing. Having to tell everybody we were married after we got married.
No, that was fear. That was not embarrassment. That was scary.
That was terrifying.
That was scary.
I thought we were going to die.
Yeah.
But okay, next thing. 5 things for a successful marriage. What are 5 things? Okay, so number 1.
The man is always right. Wait.
The man as in God. I was going to say, number 1, always put God first.
Right.
If you are being what you need to be for the Lord, your marriage should be fairly okay.
And side note on that, when you hear people say that, put God first, and when we got married, neither one of us was really living like we should have. And there's a lot of trial and error for us. And we had a lot of hiccups in the first 2 or 3 years of our marriage. And we literally had to, what do you do?
I don't think we're centered. Okay, carry on.
We're not centered here.
Oh. I think it's supposed to be centered on us, not the curtain. Are you happy now?
No. But anyway, we did learn through all the hiccups and mishaps of our marriage, it does take 3 to be married. And that's you, your spouse, and God. Because it is holy matrimony.
I keep yawning. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Y'all are interesting, I promise. Okay, so number 1, God. Number 2, compromise. Like with this, I think it should be centered on us, but he thinks it should be centered on the curtain. Whatever. If it's not so important that it's going to matter to you in the next 5 years, don't argue about it. Compromise. If you're willing to give some, just go ahead and give.
Well, speaking of that give, I've heard a lot of people say, you give 50, they give 50. No.
That's a divorce.
That's a divorce.
You give 100%, he give 100%.
Right. Because you're one. You come together as one, so she needs to be giving her all so she can get my all. I need to be giving my all so I can get her all.
Makes sense.
So I always give 100%.
By the way, this isn't the camera. My hair is just really fuzzy today. Just fuzzy. Anyway. All right, so okay. God, compromise. And number 3, knowing what love really is.
Right.
Disney has ruined us.
Disney, okay? It's all
the whole, I'm infatuated. You're my world. Let's get married. That's not real love.
No.
Real love is every single day showing a person that you are willing to sacrifice to put their needs before your own. That comes back into the 100%. That is real love.
And we're not speaking against Disney, but that means we like a lot of Disney movies. But
they just set the bar very unrealistic.
Very unrealistic. And so does all the Hallmark movies. Oh my goodness, Hallmark. I know she meets some dude that comes into town with a Christmas tree and she She don't like his truck or the color of his shirt, but she ends up falling in love with him, and he's just Dr. Perfect, and finds out he's actually a doctor. And,
we don't watch a lot. We actually don't watch a lot of Hallmark movies, but I think you pretty much described at least like 80% of them.
Every movie Lacey Chabert is in, or whatever her name is.
Do you feel better now?
No.
Okay, God, compromise, knowing real love, and number 4, continuing to date. Yes. I do not ever want to be
each other.
Oh yeah,
each other. We don't. She don't date other people, and I don't date other people to our knowledge anyway. But we date each other.
Okay, I don't ever want to get to the place where it's just, all right, we've put the kids to bed. Now let's we've done our work. We put our kids to bed, brush our teeth, and just go to sleep. Whatever, we're done.
And there's several ways you can continue dating.
Yeah, you can do in-house dating.
Right.
I mean, we do that almost every night, unless we're just so tired we can't function no more. Like right now, after we've put the kids to bed, about 8:30, we come into the living room. We either watch a show together, we sit down and talk, we have a snack together, just something. Even if that's all it is, it's just having a snack and having a conversation.
Right. Normally it's popcorn for her, milk and cookies for me.
I like popcorn. So I guess that means you're sweet and I'm salty.
That's a pretty accurate description. It used to be the other way around, but yeah.
You made me mean.
And also it could be dinner and a movie. It could be like
it don't have to be at home. You can do
this past Friday we went out and tried a new restaurant neither one of us had ever tried before.
And was supposed to go to movies, but we decided to go shopping.
Yeah, we decided to go shopping, and I'm fortunate to have married a wonderful woman like her. She's not a high maintenance girl at all. Like, if I gave her a $200 limit, she's not running the Belks or JCPenney's or.
If I had $200, I could replace my whole wardrobe.
She's hitting Ebenezer's, which is
that's a thrift store.
That's a thrift store here in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and all the funds go to a local children's home,
which is awesome.
Yeah, and she hits up thrift stores, hits up Hamrick's. Gabe's is a new store we've discovered. They're not new, but it's new to us. We didn't, hit up Rose's.
And I'm still hitting clearance racks on all that. There's the thrift store Ebenezer's. They run sales. Like, your stuff's only $2 anyway, and you gonna tell me I can get 5 for $1? Like, move out my way, Barbara. I'm coming through.
We don't do Goodwill because we can't justify the CEO making $300,000 and no money goes to anybody in need in the county, but whatever.
Okay. This is not about your Goodwill brand. Okay. So, God, compromise, knowing her love, continuing to date, and learning their love language.
Right.
We have the book.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, the 5 love languages. I think they even have a book for knowing your child's love language. We don't have that one. But I read the book. He has not.
I've read some of it.
But I basically learned his love language, and I just told him mine and what that entails and why that's important. And
this is another good one. They have it for women too.
But that's not about. Well, it's kind of about.
It's about relationships.
But anyway, the 5 love languages: quality time, gift giving, service, words of affirmation, and physical touch. Mm-hmm. All 5 are important. You have to have all 5 in there. But stop that. Physical touch is not one of mine, okay? I don't mind it, but...
She likes physical touch violently towards me.
Yeah. No. For me, it's quality time.
Right.
We were literally talking today. For me, like, for Christmas, I don't want a gift under the tree. I want him to take me shopping, take me out somewhere, and us just spend time together, just me and him. Right. To me, that is more special than any high-priced item. For him...
It's acts of service.
Yeah.
And it may seem...
I'm a slave.
Yeah, she's a slave. To some, they may think this is absolutely absurd. They ain't no way. And
it can't be too absurd because there's a whole chapter
on
it.
For me, I work full time. I get up at 4:15 a.m., go to work, and I get home between 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evenings. I work 5 days a week, sometimes 6, and she stays at home with the kids and homeschools all 3 of them. But yeah, pray for her. But I understand things are going to be a mess. I understand things are going to be crazy with 3 kids here, 7-year-old, 3-year-old, and 2-year-old. But if I come home to a made bed and the dish has been washed, that right there screams, you're the greatest man on the face of the planet, and I love you with all of my being. And to some women, they may say, oh, that's chauvinistic and absurd. You need to read your Bible.
But also, I mean, I think I read in a stay-at-home wife book, like from the 70s and 60s.
Was that to be his helpmeet? Maybe?
No.
Okay.
It was one I found.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of it.
Anyway, it said that like 30 minutes before you know your husband's coming home, like light a candle, make it smell nice.
It don't work for me. I ain't got a sense of smell. Little known fact about Bill, but
make have the kids wash their face, pick up everything, reduce noise, and it was because it sets it up to where your husband can come home to a peaceful environment that he's happy to come home to instead of chaos. Nobody wants to leave work and come into chaos. That's not an environment that you're going to be excited to come home to. But if you're coming home to something that's peaceful and nice, that in itself is being a blessing to your husband.
Right.
But that's also his love language. So there's that. Okay, we're going to have to try to push through these others kind of quickly because
we ain't got much time. Yeah.
Okay, so what are biblical husband and wife roles? Do you want to do that one?
Well, the best thing I can tell you, you'll find it right here.
Yep.
Proverbs 31 and Ephesians 5.
Yep.
And well, throughout all the scripture, really. But bottom line is, you're one together, and you should give 100% of who you are.
And one way I've heard it said, your husband and your children are your number one ministry.
Right.
If you would treat someone in your church this way, then great. If you wouldn't treat someone in your church this way, then why would you treat the most important person in your life that way?
That's right.
All right. So, is that reflected in our marriage? I hope so.
We hope so. I mean, we have our that's a giant bug crawling on our door.
Oh my god.
On the outside, we don't have a bug.
That thing is ugly. What is that?
I don't know, but it's huge. It's seriously like this big.
Ew, I hope it don't find its way.
Crawling on our screen door, storm door, whatever you want to call it. Depends on if you're south.
Okay.
But anyway,
I don't like bugs.
Is
it reflected in our marriage?
Is it reflected in our marriage? We would like to think so. I mean, we have our flaws. We are human.
I'm not human. I'm
perfectly pesty. But we all have an Adamic nature, and we have to ask for grace and mercy every day to try to be that. We try to reflect it in our marriage, especially in front of our children. But we have our flaws, but we work through them.
So what boundaries protect marriage? All of them.
All of them, absolutely.
Basically, if you can look at something and wonder, is this going to make a division between me and my spouse?
Right.
Is this going to potentially make my spouse not necessarily mad, but just kind of upset?
Sure.
Or is someone else on the outside that you may not even know is there going to look at this and think something negative about you, start rumors that could get back to your spouse that, aren't warranted, that they shouldn't believe, but it can cause problems.
Basically,
you probably just shouldn't do it.
I used to be a police officer and a firefighter years ago.
Yeah.
And I was an assistant pastor not too long ago, but basically what I was told by some wise men, both in law enforcement and in the ministry, and it's a great rule to apply to marriage, if you're not guilty of anything, never put yourself in a position to look guilty.
Makes sense.
So, and that's kind of what Billy Graham lived by, the manifesto, something other, I forget what it was called, but that's what he lived by in a sense.
Yep.
So.
And in our thread of questions, of, ask a question. Mimi, his mom, said, "What are you getting me for Christmas?" So
Same thing I got you last year. Nothing.
He's such a
No, I got her something.
We have you something. It's in our bedroom closet.
Great. Now she's going to come to our house when we're not home because she has a key to our home.
Okay, we're going to hide it somewhere else. And we're also getting a few more things. So there's that. All right. So 3 things we want our kids to see in our marriage and 3 things that we don't. 3 things that we don't want them to see. I don't want them to see us argue.
No. We do have our disagreements.
Well, discussions is one thing.
Right.
Yelling is another. I don't think we've yelled since Adalea was a newborn and she's almost 3. But it's because we were so sleep deprived and we don't even know who we were.
We've not had a real fight in 3 years. In all honesty. We've had disagreements, but we've not had a fight in probably 3 years, in all honesty.
Yeah. And the only reason we fought at that time
is
because we
were sleep deprived, yeah.
I don't even think we knew what we were saying.
Now, when
it was probably like, blue kangaroo, and he was probably like, red monkey.
Now, when we first got married, the first couple of months was, honeymoon phase. Then the next 2 or 3 years after that, it was put on the boxing gloves. And
okay, so we don't want them to see us argue. And I don't want them to see too much affection.
Right,
And because I know that little ears watch this channel, that's as far as I'm going with that.
Right. I think it's...
Mom and daddies know what we mean.
I think it's good that your kids see affection.
Yeah, just not too
right.
much affection.
I come in and I give her a kiss every day as soon as I walk in the door. I ain't, but they see that. They see me hug her. They see me walk up behind her and just wrap my arms around her while she's cooking or whatever. They do see affection, see us hold hands, but they don't see the honeymooning.
And, as he said earlier, we all have an Adamic nature. I said
Adamic.
That. Okay. I can't say
Total depravity.
Okay, we are totally depraved.
We're totally depraved.
I do want them to see that Mom and Dad have our struggles, but I don't want them to see us fall to a place where it seems like we have no faith whatsoever. Right. And I know at some point we may struggle like that. We may have problems like that, but I don't really want our kids to see that. Things I do want them to see, however, is I want them to see that even when we do fall, that the Lord will pick us right back up and dust us off and we keep going. I do want them to see, too, that we do have affection for each other and that we do love each other, because that's something that they should know, that husband and wives are not sometimes what you see in these sitcoms. You're like, I'm gonna sell a couch, honey, give me a bird.
That's Archie Bunker, I think was his name. I don't forget the name of the show now. All in the Family, Mama's House, something.
I don't think I know that show.
Yeah, it's before your time.
Yeah. I'm only 27.
Yeah, I'm only 33.
But, oh gosh, that was ugly. Anyway.
So I got this.
Number 3. I don't want them to see this.
I don't want them to...
Yeah, what's something you don't want them to see?
I don't want them to see...
Or do want them to see, I'm sorry.
I want them to see forgiveness. Anytime we mess up, I want them to see that we love each other enough to forgive each other. And I don't ever want them to see a divorce.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, what do you want them to see? Mommy and Daddy happy forever until the day we die? Or one of us dies. Yeah. I mean, it's not likely we're going to,
Just for the record, I told her...
We're probably not going to notebook it and just go out at the same time.
I told her when we got married, I said, I don't believe in... And we both come from divorced homes, but I told her, I said, I don't believe in divorce, but homicide's an option.
You are so stinking
That's
pleasant.
What I said.
It is what you said, and it's ridiculous.
1 minute.
All right, guys. Okay, let's throw in one corny wife joke.
I can't think of one right now.
He used to tell people when we first got married, what do you tell a woman with 2 black eyes? Nothing. She's already been told twice. Ridiculous. Look at the fuzz. All right.
I will say I come home from work the other day and her best friend was here, and as an ongoing joke about her being my second wife, I come home and I say both my wives working in the kitchen. What better man could have this?
And my dear friend said, it ain't for you. Go away.
Anyway, we love y'all. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe below. Give us a thumbs up. I know this is her line, but I'm taking it. Anyway, look
Whose
out
line is it anyway?
That's a good show. But anyway, there'll be more videos to come. Sorry it's been so long. We've just been really busy. We love y'all. Thank you. God bless. Comment below if you got any questions, comments, concerns.
Bye.
Bye.